tell me it wasn't the assassin.
Well,
I could do
Not
it
that
from
I
the
had a whole
barrel.
side quest planned for the fucking assassin for this.
I,
I'm so sorry.
I will be more than happy to send the assassin up to look over your defenses and provide advice. He might need someone to carry him, though.
I'm so sorry, Arthur.
It's okay, sir, ma'am. I'll volunteer to carry him around.
You're not there.
Yeah, you're not there. You're escorting Portia.
Okay. I'm at Portia. That's the half-elf chick, right?
That is.
Okay, I'm like, calm down. Calm down.
So when Portia's with you, we cut over to that, like, she's, like, holding your arm for support as you're walking along and, like, speaking quietly with you the whole way. It seems like she's looking for someone to comfort her.
I offer her a friendly support,
Okay?
but I don't try to, go to bed with her because I can get in trouble for that.
Okay. Alright. As Ferris points out, you're actually a noble.
Yeah, I am. Wait a minute, what? Oh yeah, I say. I forgot about that part. I go.
What?
So, lady,
Oh, yeah.
what order of the House of Nobleness are you? Because I'm new to this whole noble thing.
She says, new to the whole noble thing. I don't know that it works like that.
I'm currently Lord of the Blue Isles,
She
and
says, the Blue Isles. I'm afraid I've never heard of this. My
Neither
house
have I.
is 36th in line for the throne of Taldor.
I'm Chamberman to the what's the name of it? Hell's Harbor.
Aaron X and Demian.
Well, councilman.
Yeah. So, so she's like, that does sound impressive, and it's pretty obvious that she's lying.
I don't know what this means.
She starts, like, recounting her family's noble history, which is, 36 in line for the throne. They fought in at least 4 of the Crusades. Their progenitor was a general in the Shining Crusade during the first one. And they've always had, their male heirs have always been generals.
Oh yeah, I have my
at least
hair.
the lowest rank.
I have my heritage book out right now. I'm like trying to read on and try to get an idea of what's going on. I'm kind of completely lost.
Okay.
It's like and I'm taking notes.
Kamakiri is apparently being picked up by Uncle Books then? Is that what's happening?
I think they've got some sort of little baby Bjorn rope harness, and they could just carry his torso around.
I'm
while
sure
he
it's a shit maker. He can craft something up. So the real question is Genji.
Yes.
Would Genji help them defend this place now that they've chopped his arms and legs off and stuck him in a rum bottle?
How long has he had to mull it over?
3 days. In the dark.
You gotta figure he's drunk. Is he a friendly drunk or an angry?
This is so bad. We need to get past this murder, torture, as quickly as possible.
I would help in exchange for my... Well, I'd help, but I'd ask that they give me my freedom in return. I will, I will assist in whatever capacity I can.
You could
You
ask
hear a
for
laugh.
ask when I told you to shut up last time.
You hear a
So it
laugh.
sounds like they're not going to give you anything, Genji. Will you aid at all?
I will help the Lady of the Rock.
It's an interesting distinction.
You
It
hear a
does
laugh.
present a alternative ending to the story of Genji. So, upon hearing of his plight, while you're, discussing small talk, we cut back to Captain Smithy here, and she asks to keep Genji as a specialist at the Rock. Clearly, you don't need him there, and with her own ship at her disposal, she could easily take him off her hands and turn him in eventually. But for now, keeping him around as an advisor is the most valuable capacity he could have. And it would totally get him out of the spotlight, because this is getting really weird.
No, but I could really use that 20,500 gold pieces.
So, when you bring up the 20,000 gold piece bounty, She points out that you're all pirates, and none of you could get to the country of Cheliax to turn him in without getting arrested and killed.
Yes, but
Your best bet is to
conveniently-
turn him in for 500.
2,500.
It's 500.
Ah,
His bounty in peril is 500.
But it would help us make some friends with the Hurricane King.
I'll take him off your hands, and I will put the funds of his bounty towards the defense of this place and resupplying us. Yes, Kamakiri would be an excellent ally to me, and your treatment of him is somewhat worrisome. I think it would be best to take him off your hands as quickly as possible.
And what treatment do you suggest for someone who breaks into your room in the middle of the night and attempts to murder you in cold blood?
Kill him,
After
of course.
lying and befriending your thing. So you'd rather throw away the bounty?
Yes.
I was just making sure he couldn't repeat his former errors.
I mean, I'm not super rich, but, I'm not out on the street looking for 500 gold pieces. I am the Lady of the Rock.
Perhaps his arms and legs would suffice for the bounty in Port Peril.
No,
They're
need
pretty
your butt.
specific. They want your butt.
they want your butt.
What?
My butt, but I am but a simple gnome illusionist.
Of course, you're speaking as Susabron, or whatever your new name is. You're not speaking as Kamakiri, who's also near the room now. Will you give him up to her?
No.
Please? Please? You don't need a Kamakiri in a bottle.
Why not?
Because
Do you have any idea how great this would be in the
we
future?
need to push this character aside and move ahead.
No, but every time I try to negotiate someone and they give me lip, I can say, look at the barrel.
Hello.
Yeah.
Why don't you use your infamy to spread the tale about the barrel? And then everyone in Port Peril when Kamakiri arrives can definitely corroborate that shit.
No, I want to see the expression on their shape when they open the barrel and look inside.
I will
This is
allow
this-
you to keep him, but you're going to have to take a hit on alignment and go straight to evil. Because that's some pretty
I'm
cruel
pretty
shit.
sure I was getting there anyway.
Okay, alright.
One
You
day.
disappoint your wife, but you do keep him on. Knowing all of this now, Kamakiri, will you still aid in the defense of the rock?
Knowing that I go straight back to the ship?
Forever.
Knowing that if you donate, you immediately go back in the bottle, and this will at least get you a couple days out in the air.
But she's keeping you forever.
I should not have done that.
They're wheeling you out as an amusement for whenever negotiation needs to happen to show what happens to her enemies. I told you in the water you should have killed yourself, and you didn't listen to me.
Yep. I also like to think this might create a certain hesitancy on anybody else who tries to come after me. She looks at the other crew members.
I'm talking to a fancy lady. How's my conversation going anyway?
I will
From
aid the
your
Lady
point
of
of
the
view,
Rock.
it's going fantastic.
I'm taking notes. I got linguistics, so I'm just writing on notes, trying to make sure I'm doing this right.
She's gathering up like pasta and stuff.
I will aid the Lady of the Rock.
Okay, alright. So, dinner is prepared.
Does Kamakiri get to eat real food?
No.
Wow, okay.
What use am I drunk?
I didn't say I was feeding you booze either. You're pretty much on a hard water biscuit.
Wow, you really want to hurt his butt then. Everything keeps coming back. Just in case you guys didn't know, that does hurt your butt. The water and biscuits thing gives you like horrible cramps.
Yep.
Destroys your intestines.
Yep.
Alright, now we're past all that. Dinner's served. You know, it's like hot lobster soup and like good, delicious bread and, you know, some nice wine.
Purify food and water.
Okay. You're purifying everything?
I'm purifying what I'm going to eat.
Okay. Doesn't look suspicious at all.
She's
Well,
I'm
you know,
eating it
we
going-
had one officer attempt to assassinate me 3 days ago. I'm a little edgy.
Okay.
I'm eating the food, and after every bite, it's like, this is so good.
Okay.
Just taunting a little bit.
I
You
asked
wouldn't
the
be in the room.
I asked the lady, how do I use the utensils right? Because I need to learn this.
So, which lady are you asking since
The half elf one, the one I've been talking
Portia's
to.
really busy, like, serving and setting everything up. But she will stop and, like, take your hand and show you where to put all the food and how to use the proper forks. She directs you towards the shrimp fork and the dessert fork and the salad fork.
I assist with her trying to serve people.
Okay. Towards the end of the meal, she takes the hourglass and flips it over.
Hmm.
And I need everyone but Ferris to start making fort saves.
Yeah.
Everyone but Ferris?
Yes.
Do I have to
Including the
roll-
Nomio.
Including Kamakiri?
Kamakiri is
Kamakiri is
getting water and
there.
bread, so...
Kamakiri would not be in dynamite.
Is it considered poison?
It is poison, and you need 2 saves.
Ah, natural one after the good save.
$30 for it.
Everyone.
For a 1 there.
I already did the one.
So, let's see here. Bottles, new Kamakiri, and Maelstrom all fall over unconscious. So it's just Sifrig and the captain left. Portia pulls out a sword and says, "You know, they killed my father because of you, you horrible witch."
Really, Portia? Predictable?
Wait a minute. Isn't this your like spouse?
No, this is the
No,
person...
that's the one we took the ship from,
The
whose
ship.
father got punished for the
Oh.
war.
Okay.
Can Kamakiri get some popcorn over here?
Yes. So whoever is feeding you, like, takes the bread and puts it in crumbs and, like, feeds it into your rum barrel. So it's like bread-based popcorn.
And I can see what's going on, right?
No, you're not there. You would
You're
not be
not there.
invited to dine.
No. I thought Books was taunting me.
At which point I said you wouldn't be in the room.
Ah.
Should we roll initiative?
Well, the people who are awake will. The rest of
Okay.
you have been dosed with drow poison and arsenic.
Whoa.
Fun.
So you're going to be asleep for quite a while.
Wow.
Awesome, I get to lose 2 characters in one night.
It's a new record. Yuck.
It's your turn to be a badass, Siegfried.
My turn.
I got the last guy. Ninja.
So, I'm hoping everyone here has done... seen
Oh,
Kill
yeah.
Bill, Part 1.
Oh yeah.
Where Ora and Ishii, like, jumps up on the table and then really quickly, like, stutter steps across it and slices that person's head off.
Yep.
So Portia tries to do the same thing. It's nowhere near as cool, and she kind of trips in the process. But she does charge Ferris while screaming that you killed her father, and stabs you flat-footed for 11, which I'm guessing is not going to hit. Okay, Scourge.
I guess I will just hey, well, where's she in relationship to me first? I guess I should see. Where's she at? Is that's her? So I'm within reach?
Yep.
Okay. Well then as a move action, I'll pull out the axe. And two-hand it. This is such a pain. Come on. Nothing's behaving tonight, y'all. Sorry.
Okay, so was Lady Smithy and what's his face all struck, or?
Yes. Royster McClear was not there, and Lady Smithy was also knocked unconscious.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's the purple that just moved?
That's Lady Smithy. She's not the person you're fighting.
Oh, okay. 18 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. 15 damage.
Okay. Alright, Ferris.
5-foot step, Shield of Faith on Scourge, your AC increases by...
You said 3?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I open the door.
I keep forgetting to rage. How terrible am I?
So she steps toward Ferris and continues to shriek that because of your ignorance, you've murdered her father, and she will never forgive you. Try to stab you again. 25?
Yeah, she's...
19 to confirm?
19 confirms.
Alright. No, that's the other poison. Okay. 2d6 plus 4 for 15 points of damage.
Ouch.
She stabs you in the back shoulder. Scourge. So she's like,
Maelstrom is conscious or unconscious?
he's unconscious.
Okay. So
When the hourglass was done, like all the sand came out of it when she began her speech, everybody in the room just all like plumped over asleep.
All right, and it's a move action to ready a shield or a full round action. I think
You
it's a
need to
move.
pull a shield out? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a move.
Okay. Well, I'll
Delay till after me.
little voice tells me to delay, so I guess I will delay.
Okay, Ferris.
Alright. Oh, last round. I step onto the landing.
Okay.
I then start summoning and say, hey, Scourge, step in front of me and block the door.
Block.
Okay,
Where's
Scourge.
the door?
She can touch you over and over and over again for heals.
Yeah, but I don't have. Well, okay. All right. Are you done?
Yes.
Then I will come off delay. I'll take my turn, and you said block the door.
If you step in, yeah, there, because now she can't get at me, so I can cast without problems.
Oh, okay. All right. Block. Okay. Block her out, because I thought the door was on the other side, and it was kind of freaking me out a little bit. All right. Wow. Natural 1 on damage, but a 21 to hit, so 14 more.
Yeah, you're gonna knock her unconscious.
All right. And be all of that.
So what happens now that she's unconscious?
Stabilize her, strip her to her underwear, and tie her up.
Okay.
Then attempt a heal check on the paralysis/poison thingy.
They're all unconscious, and they will be for 2d4 hours.
Yeah, I go ahead and wake up Lady Smithy.
She's also unconscious.
Can I do a cure on her to wake her from unconsciousness, or...
Do you have some form of poison removal?
No.
Then no. Let me see if heal will let you do anything, but I'm guessing probably not. Treat poison. DC is poison save, so you could try that.
Okay.
It will take you 1 standard action.
Come on. Hold on.
That allows you to... Yeah, it's still not going to wake her up. It's just going to give them a bonus on their next check.
I asked Scourge to go find my card. Yeah, tied up woman.
Okay, Royster.
Okay.
Alright. So who failed both of them? I think it was New Kamakiri and...
Wait, new
I did
comics
it
failed
I failed both
both?
saves.
No, Kamakiri got a 16 on the first one. Who failed both of them? Stormy, right? Yeah. I need you to make 4 more fort saves. You stop the first time you get a 13. Okay. You take 2 constitution damage. From your arsenic. What does that mean, Jim, that you're looking for the YouTube version of this at this point? I don't know. That's a weird way of saying something. So let's start resolving actions. Scourge, you're going to get Royster McLeod.
Yep.
Okay. He comes down and takes Portia Runescar into custody and tosses her in the guard room. After, sometime less than 8 hours, everyone wakes up.
Did you know that they're strains?
Do what?
Did they know that they have this con damage slashing?
So Novardi would know that he's taken that con damage.
Alright.
Hold on, we've taken
Lesser
con
resto
damage?
him.
Just Novardi.
Lesser resto on Novardi.
Okay.
Thank you. I was, that's what happens when you enjoy a meal too much.
Really? That's your comeback?
That's all I have.
I go to talk with Lady City. I explain nothing to the crew members.
I see. How interesting.
I figure Scourge can fill them in.
Yep.
Besides, all the time you people do things and don't tell me.
That's not unreasonable. Okay. So, Scourge, you fill everybody in on everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
Okay.
want to hear his version of the events. I want to hear his version of the events. Summary form, not long form.
You guys couldn't handle your food, so,
So while the rest of you are looking around, everybody has stuff drawn on their face.
Has what?
Stuff.
I baited it. I didn't actually do it.
Ah, I see. And Lady Smithy asked to keep Portia locked in the dungeon here, once again.
Okay.
At this point, it's not that hard to realize that she wants to keep her away from Ferris and Ferris away from her, given what you did to the last person you captured.
Oh.
Ferris does not have a problem with that. It is her family. However, Ferris will say what's not about her.
Wow, you dropped out right there at the important part. Ah, okay, so she shows you the daily bar bottom fold, where it shows that Silas Runescar was hung from the neck until dead for disturbing the peace of Port Peril, which is a very serious crime. And basically most of the merchants in the part of town where you set up the Aboleth pit, demanded his death and got it from the Hurricane King. They all had to call in a bunch of favors, but now the Runescar house is in complete disarray. The branch of the family that lives in Port Peril is like destitute. Their ranch has been raided, and the Aboleth pit is essentially shut down.
Just because
Shumley was following your orders.
Was it just because it was the wrong kind of bar?
Yeah, because you set up like a rave bar in the part of town where people sip on tea and cakes and go to their lawyer's office. So, like, people were passing out drunk in the streets and pissing everywhere and getting in fights. And you disturb the public peace of Port Peril on the part of the island where you're not supposed to. He should have been able to talk his way out of it. Well, it turns out he's only 4th level, so he's not that good at it. Also, you may have noted this, you guys do have some beef with the local viceroy, who may or may not absolutely hate you and want one or more butts.
Didn't take much of an excuse to come down on us, did it?
Nope. You guys, once more, dug your own graves.
Hello, pirates.
Okay, so I gathered together her and what's his name? I've already forgotten.
Royster McLeod.
Royce. I keep thinking it's Oyster. No, it's not.
You could call him Oyster if you want, as long as that would make you remember it.
Okay. I called together Lady Smithy and Royster McLeod. I say that was unintentional. Clearly my man on the ground did not have the skills I thought he did. What can be gained by salvaging the family's reputation?
So she looks confused and says, what can be gained? Nothing at this point. They're burned in the Shackles. I suppose the Taldor branch is probably doing okay, but...
Port Peril only, or the entire Shackles?
Port Peril is the entire Shackles. The Hurricane King rules with an iron fist. Well, a bone fist.
Very well. Now, tell me more about this Sagrin attack. Do you know where they came from? What more is there to tell?
The Sahuagin came from the deeps and scaled our walls and killed their way down.
Is this a reoccurring matter? Is there some reason that they would have been attacking recently? What happened to the ship I gave you?
The ship I sent out raiding to procure supplies and necessary funds. It will not be back for some time. I sent it to Sargava. This has not happened before. And she kind of smooths out her dress and says, Sahuagin were seen muttering something about a necklace and a pearl.
Indeed. Your men should know the local area. Are there regions where they nest?
They may know the island, but these Sahuagin are deep raiders. They live and sleep deep below the ocean. I must
Why
confess...
would a little thing like that stop me?
So Royster's like, alright then, I don't know nothing about no Sahuagin, but if they come back here, I'll cut them in two, right?
But do you mean you know nothing about Sahuagin?
Oh, well, let me see. You know anything about Sahuagin? Big fish people with spears. They stab folk, and they really like money. Yeah, I know so much about Sahuagin. Oh, well, I'll tell you about their mating and breeding periods and the proper ocean temperature for them to be living in. Because I'm a fucking scientist and not a security guard.
I was more looking for what would be bait.
Oh, well, they happen to like live human sacrifice.
That could be arranged. Anything else?
What?
They like money.
What?
Very well. I really don't like keep breaking my toys. Something will have to be done.
So he says, I know, you might be married to my mistress, but this rock here ain't a toy. When Iron Barrel took the rock, it was a right proper fortress then.
That statement implies longer. Does it need further repairs?
He says, it sounds like you don't consider it a fortress. This is a home for those of us that live here, not some play toy you can just show up at anytime someone dies.
Fortress wasn't the toy I was referring to, but your point is duly noted.
Can you make a sense motive check?
Scrolling.
Okay. So when you say that, his eyes go wide and his hand goes to his sword, and Lady Smithy puts a hand on his shoulder and she's like, careful, calm down, Royster. Really? Red to the moon?
No, I really want to see if I can provoke him into actually swinging on me for once.
Yeah, because tonight hadn't been insane enough yet. We should do something else.
I, of course, meant that the dear lives of our Lady Smithy's, full crew needed to be avenged.
So after a minute of talking to him, he goes, oh, well, I see it your way. By the way, have I ever mentioned how pretty your hair is?
Why, thank you!
So for anyone that missed it, that was a 30 on diplomacy.
So, what do you intend to do with Portia?
So, Royster looks at Lady Smithy, and Lady Smithy looks back, and she says, well, I hate to say that I'm going to lock that little princess up in the tower, but it seems for the time she's safest here. If she were to return to Port Peril, she might be in, well, peril. I'll see what I can do about smuggling her back to Taldor.
Tell me. I know that she had said she spent some time studying for captaincy. Does she have any experience with governance?
So she looks at you strangely and says, she was captain of her ship for about a week, it's true. She is yet quite young and has not had any work at maintaining the estates. Her brother, first in line for heirship, did most of that. Why? What do you have in mind?
Well, the training as to step in case her brother fell. One of my crew members has recently come into some property, but finds himself rather unaware of the
matchmaker
abilities he's taken on. I'm not matchmaking. I'm saying
okay.
Govern the islands while we're sailing around. Somebody needs to be in charge there.
I see. Dom, are you okay with this?
I'm asking the lady, does she think that Portia even has the skills before I bring it up with Dom? I mean, I'm not going to promote someone who can't do the job.
So she says, honestly, I'm not certain. I could certainly ask her over the next few days.
If you could, do bring it up. It might be something positive energies towards, instead of festering in her own resentment.
She's very well. Okay. That was weird.
What?
Nothing. Did Dom just go like
yes,
that?
yes, he did.
That
Yep.
That was what was odd.
You never watched Shackles show?
No.
Oh.
No.
I got
Aw.
nothing here.
So, we're going to end quite a bit early, actually, tonight.
Aw.
But
Oh, wow.
we need Dan's character finished before we move ahead. Dan, I'll work with you during the week to
Yeah.
get your character's backstory in place and develop an entire new line of side quests to continue to tie you to the world like I have everyone else, including the late and great Kamakura Genji.
I should not have done that. But it's
Now
what he
you
would have
learned.
done. It's what he would have done.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to openly enforce the no betraying the party rule from now on. Even if I offer it, you can't accept it.
Even though I offer it, you can't accept it.
I mean, what was your end game there? You kill the captain, and then what? You still lose your character because I'm not going to have the side quest of Kamakiri every night, where he wanders around Port Peril trying to get a job.
I don't know, maybe come back as a recurring villain. I don't know.
Again,
That's-
that would be me playing your character.
I mean, it seemed like
He would make a fantastic recurring villain now as like a chess master. So like somehow his barrel gets away from you guys, and then he like negotiates contracts and ends up.
yes,
He grandmaster torches you dudes.
yes.
He doesn't operate out of a bathtub. He operates out of a barrel full of rum.
That made me rethink cutting his tongue out.
What's wrong? You don't like Grandmaster Torch?
I love
I like
Grandmaster
Grandmaster
Torch.
Torch.
I don't think Kamakiri could be an equivalent.
Wow, that's some sick burns.
Sick fires.
Torch is an archivist bard. I mean, that's the worst you could possibly be. He's a class designed for failure. Even without his arms and legs, I'm pretty sure Genji could still take him in a fight.
What if
Why
he
do you think he
pulled
has
his
all those
teeth
habits?
out?
Wow, that's some... Yeah, this is why we're getting Genji away from you. So that this is no longer an option, considering things you can do to him.
No, he's by example for anybody else. Can we
Cybernetic
strap him
legs.
onto the front? Can we use him as a replacement figurehead?
No. We're just... From now on, he's staying at the tower, and
Are we getting
Aw.
paid?
you can just
at least?
mention him to anyone, and they'll be like, yeah, I heard of that.
At least we're getting money for this, aren't we?
Yeah, you'll get 500 gold pieces.
And then the tower is going to be reinforced by 2,000 gold worth of equipment
From what?
and train them in for the bounty.
The bounty is 500 gold. Where
I thought the other-
this 2,000 is coming from?
Talking about the other bounty, the Chilaxian bounty.
Again, you're pirates. You
But she
can't go
can.
to Cheliax to turn it in.
Isn't
Well,
she?
couldn't we send our
She's
little
a pirate.
token
Oh,
Chilaxian
yeah.
noble?
He's not a
Who's
Chilaxian noble.
He's a pirate lord. Dom is a pirate.
Wait a minute, I'm a pirate lord?
Yes.
What?
You're not a pirate lord. You're a pirate who is a lord.
I'm about to say, 'cause I'm like,
Hell's
what?
Harbor, while it's Chilaxian ethnically, it's still pirates. You know, the Chilaxians will kill anyone who comes out of there.
You're ignoring the... You have the wealth by level of a 5th level character now.
Eh.
So, the night settles in. I need everyone to place their characters where they would be at night. I'm guessing most of you will be asleep and Dom will be on the roof on lookout. But who knows?
I assume this is the bedrooms over here.
Yes.
Okay.
Which far apart? Whoa, is he?
Okay. Dom, I need you to make a perception check as you hear some splashing in the water beneath you. Wow, did you really just fail that?
I love sixes.
Okay, so Royster McLeod comes up to you and is like, you see anything out there? And you look out and you see nothing, and then all of a sudden there's like the sounds of combat are coming from the front door. It sounds like someone is stabbing the front door with a bunch of spears and knives. And when Royster and Aces look over the edge. They see a bunch of Sahagin, 8 of them, trying to break in through the front door. And that is when we get the to be continued to show up. And then, like, the camera pans up to show the night sky and the full moon up there. Boom. We're done for the night. We're so far from where we should be.
I'm sorry.
No, it's literally my fault. I have now recognized I can never trust the players to do anything ever. Now I'm going to have to just railroad everything from now on.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Well,
In more literal
it's
terms,
not a big deal.
I simply can't trust the players to not turn on each other. And so I can't offer you options of turning on each other in the future.
We're bad children.
Should never have let me play an assassin type.
How is that my fault? You could have been the greatest assassin of Northern Order in history. Now you're just...
Now,
like
Dan,
a
we did warn you when you were making the... You know, you were kind of throwing it up there to the party. You're like, well, I really kind of want to make this badass assassin. And we were like, well, if you do play an assassin, you probably won't live very long if you tried to assassinate somebody.
And I did, and that's what happened. Or, no, I'll live forever now. You guys will make sure of it.
I just think in the back of your mind you knew that was a short-term character because you made an assassin.
In
That's
the way
just my-
far back. In the way far back of my mind, maybe, yeah. Recognizing that. Like, this guy wants to be part of the Red Mantis Assassins. That kind of conflicts with the pirate lifestyle.
Meh.
Especially... Meh.
I guess. Anyway, anyone have any questions about what happened here tonight? Wow, there are a ton of fucking people streaming D&D tonight.
Of course.
There's like 30 games going on.
It's the new hypeness.
Yeah, I don't know how this got so hype. BR. Oh, someone's streaming on Tabletop Simulator. If only I could find a group to do Tabletop Simulator, that would be the balls. Anyone got any questions about what happened tonight? Now I gotta write an entirely new daily bard with some interesting stories.
Oh, I do relay the information once we get to the a happy place about my new journey, my new search, my new goal to retrieve the 7 swords of the Hawk and win this Callistrian's heart.
So anybody that's in the party can make a knowledge history roll to see what they know about the 7 swords of the Hawk.
Don't know anything about no elf.
Dang,
My mom's a half
logged
elf.
out.
So no one has knowledge history then.
I do. I just need a lot.
I'm shocked.
About
I love the fact that I can't roll above a 6 on perception checks. It's beautiful.
You got a 20
Say-
earlier.
Yeah, that was like the first one. And it was like, bam, I saw something. For the rest of the night, I can't see shiznack.
Yep.
Best lookout ever.
2 single-digit rolls to hit that.
The bad thing
stupid
about the
assassin.
spyglass, it doesn't give you a bonus. It just, when you have negatives of seeing so far away, you don't take it. It's kind of like, huh.
Well,
hey.
I did
That's a dice.
pull off my head thing, and we'll call it a night then. Everyone's good to meet up next week?
Yep.
See.
Maybe.
What is maybe?
Maybe is I have no idea how long the film shoot's going to be.
Right, we got the shoot thing. Can you give me an ETA sometime on Sunday then?
Yeah.
I can make next week, but if we skip it, I'm not going to be heartbroken because I'll be working most of the weekend.
Because you're working for the weekend, right? Everybody is working
For the weekend. Everybody wants a new romance.
All right, So it sounds like we can get most or all. We'll have to figure it out Sunday, and we might have to cancel. But either way, the next session is going to begin in media res, Sahuagin attack. Maybe one of them will just put the jar out of his misery, and that will end my needing to... You know what? That's actually what happens. One of the Sahuagin sneaks inside and fucking kills Genji, and we don't have to ever worry about it again.
No.
Ever. That's exactly what happens.
No.
The wizard did it.
No.
Yes.
Who says Commodore Ferris just can't keep that jar even if he's dead, just like in the ship somewhere as like a memento? You know?
So one of them retreats and takes the corpse with them.
No.
And drags him under the water. Just so she can't resurrect him or any of the weird shit she's planning to do.
We're talking about
Arthur,
we have his
you
arms.
really don't want to see how far I'm willing to take this if you try to pull that.
A wizard makes all of his limbs teleport.
I'm just saying, this is going to be Great Wizard Ket all over again if you try and take this away from me.
You already have all of the bones. Why do you want this particular bone? Let it go.
No!
He tried to assassinate me. He needs
Because
retribution.
you said I'm not allowed to attack them. One of them finally attacked me. I am keeping him as an example. I seriously just want it as a warning for everybody else.
Just let her have it.
I think the players literally have the warning at this point. Oh, wow, Jim, that fucking hurts me right in the balls. This is pretty cat-like. Well,
Yes,
why
it
don't you
is.
just punch me in the face over the internet, Jim?
Well,
Damn
it is cat-like.
Fine. He's still alive. He's perfectly fine. He'll live forever in a fucking jar. We're done for the night. I'm cutting the stream off in a rage.
Yeah.